How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another Monday live stream. We're gonna fix some stuff. We're gonna answer your question. Random live stream? I think somebody forgot to change the stinger there. Hi. If it's your first time to my channel, my name is Guillaume. I'm a live sound engineer, and we talk about anything that has to do with the world of live sound here, live production, microphone like the one that I have behind me, Dante a little bit. I'm diving slowly into the wave stuff. This is what we talk about here. Today, I promise that the live is gonna be sick. Well, I'm sick, so at least that's gonna be the sick part of it. Guys, make sure to let yourself known in the chat. I'll make sure everything is good on YouTube. Yes, we have a stream on YouTube. Make sure to say hi. Make sure to say where you come from. Today on the menu, well, fixing some stuff. I just did a sound check this morning. This is why I'm late. This is why the stream did not start at the usual Monday live stream time. We are 2 hours late because I had to do the sound check between 11 and 2 for where I'm gonna be tonight in Montreal. I'm gonna be at Le Vert Bouteille. I'm gonna do a crazy cool show with a friend of mine tonight, Vanessa Bordua. For those of you who don't know, with her project Bordua, you probably saw her on some of my vlogs previously. So tonight is not really an album launch, but it's the first time that she's gonna perform her latest album in full. We're gonna do that later today, and during the sound check we had some problem with some 1/4" jack, so we're gonna try to fix that for her while we're taking question here. So I promise at some point I will stop doing stream about fixing and me soldering stuff, but it's just stuff that I had to do, so we're doubling down on doing stuff that I need to do and having a good conversation together. So why not? Why not? Let me adjust the device here. There you go. So if you don't know how to solder, it's a great opportunity for you to see somebody do it, probably too fast, but hey, at least you see a professional. Well, I don't know what I'm a professional of, but you see a professional of something. I'm not a professional soldering, but definitely okay doing my stuff. I've done my fair share of cable soldering in the past, so if I can maybe teach you guys a little bit what's going on with that. If you have any question about soldering, make sure to enter them in the chat. I'll take the time to try to answer your question on why and hows we're doing this. If you give me 1 second here, forgot to bring a box of tissue. I'm definitely gonna need those. And I apologize already for all the sneezing. So, all right, let's dive into this. What's up, Sheriff? Good to see you, man. We're just gonna do this quickly. Should take only a few minutes, and after that we're gonna dive a little deeper into fixing a audio interface from Behringer. So if you guys want to see that, make sure to stick around. If it's not for you, it's okay. I understand that these kind of live stream are not for everybody. Not everybody like them. So feel free to say hi, and we'll make sure to maybe answer your question if you have any. But doing audio example of stuff like I usually do, we're gonna do that in another stream later this week maybe. Oh, damn it. Come on. We're gonna do that real soon, so make sure to say hi and make sure to ask a question. If they're not fully answered today, they will definitely be later this week, because I want to do a little bit more live stream. I like doing that. I like to I want to do more stuff for the channel, because I feel like I left it behind just a little bit. So we're gonna do that in the near future. Actually, I have a rack building video coming soon. I have a in-ear review coming soon from the beautiful people from KZ. Really looking forward to that one. Actually, KZ, I'm not gonna say they're my favorite in-ear monitors, because my favorite are the Shure 846, but the KZ or KZ stuff is really good for the price that you pay for. It's not perfect. They have some flaws. They're again, I feel like the KZ stuff sometimes is not handling the dynamic the same way that the Shure stuff is doing, but there's also a huge difference in price to justify that. So I'm gonna say something can be good within this price range. Like, the KZ stuff is really good. If you compare it to anything closer in price, it's amazing. In all the option available, is it the best? I'm not gonna say it's the best, because it will be lying, but definitely for the amount of money that you pay, it's honestly compelling. It's an option that you should consider. Even the $70, $80 pairs of in-ear that they sell, or that compared to the one that costs like add a zero to the price. So the KZ stuff is really good for the price that you pay for. So yeah, if you need a pair of in-ear, consider the KZ stuff. If you're a professional and you don't have a budget limit, of course, Shure 846 are, to me, the best for live monitoring. To me, the best option for live monitoring. But yeah, feel free to make your own decision. But I'm gonna give you mine and my personal opinion about that. And my personal opinion is the Shure 846 is the best workhorse available in-ear in the market. They are flat enough that you can mix on them. So, to me, best option out there. Alright, is this one okay? Yeah, I'm just gonna redo all the solder here on that cable. I want to make sure it's really tight. There's no, a single braid of cable that is loose in the connection, like I spot on some of these. Basically, somebody redid these connections a few years ago, and it was probably the first time for them doing that, and it shows. But we're gonna fix that. There's nothing that can be fixed. All right, this. All right. Almost there. One or two connection to go. I'm gonna keep that lovely red tape here just in case. How you guys doing? How was your weekend? I actually had a lot of fun this weekend. You guys probably saw my latest live, which is me mixing at the Sunset Country Festival. Oh, can you guys see this one? See that there's no copper left on it? Like the shielding here has moved, so, and the cable inside of it is now touching, so it's canceling out. We're gonna fix that right away. So yeah, this weekend I was mixing at Sunset Country Festival. My beautiful and talented friend Andy Terrio, and we had a great time with a beautiful PA out there. I had a L-Acoustic K2 tuned perfectly. I had a PA Tech from Solotech there, a lovely guy. I'm sorry I don't remember his name, but lovely guy from Solotech. Great time Great sounding PA. Great sounding band, because it matters a lot if you ask me. Like, the band matters more than the PA. Like in most situation. If you have a great sounding band, you have great sources to work with. There is, you need a really bad PA for that band not to sound good. But yeah, we had a really good time in Saint Sid. We had a really good time with that PA. Let me put some thin on these cable. That's good. We're gonna put some thin on this one. That's good. Maybe that's a little too long. We're gonna cut that out. About right there. And this is how fast you can do a 1/4-inch jack. If you've never done one yourself, I strongly encourage you to learn how to make your own cable. It's a great thing for you just not to be able to make yourself some cable, but to fix them on the spot. If you're out on a show, you get yourself a soldering iron, you can definitely get yourself out of tricky situation real quick. So learning how to do this, learning how to solder, even if you're not the best at it, learning how to solder is the way to go. It's the best way to sort yourself out of really weird problems sometimes. You know, like how cable is working, you know how to fix that stuff. There you go. This we're gonna check this one just in case. We might redo it just in case. Oh yeah, this one seems to be a little out too. Yeah, we're gonna redo this one too. Perfectly fixed cable. We're not gonna need it for the show tonight, but if I needed it for the show tonight, I could use it. There we go. Come on. We're gonna melt that thing here. Almost there. I'm gonna remove I like to solder the shield after, because I use the shield on the cable as a retainer to protect the tip or the solder in the center. We're just gonna melt this one as far as, you know, the skin is on the jack. And actually I'm gonna redo that shielding part to make the shield a little closer, the solder a little closer to the shielding, but we're gonna put it, hold on. We're gonna make sure that it's deeper in there, so it's gonna act as a retainer. It's gonna, if there's any force to be put on that jack, it's gonna be put on the shield. A little too long, which make a stronger connection because it's wrapped all around the cable. So yeah, because we have that shield here, there we go. Because we have that shield here, we'll be able to make sure that it's never gonna pull on this one. It's always gonna pull on the shield. I have just a little bit of gap here on the one on the center pin, so it's gonna be good to go. It's gonna be good for years to come. We're just gonna finish wrapping that up, and we'll be on our way to fix the audio interface from Behringer. It's gonna be my first time opening up a Behringer audio interface. We'll see how it's done inside, and we should be able to fix it. That's good to go. Let's get the vise out. Sorry. That will be a great time for you guys to ask questions if you have any. While I'm in between setup here. Keep the power supply. We're gonna open this thing up. And we probably just gonna need to touch a few solder point in there. I don't know if you guys ever heard me talk about this. This is my bit kit from iFixit. Definitely, totally not sponsored video here by iFixit. I wish that they could sponsor me, but probably never gonna happen. But man, just give yourself a great gift. Look at that bit kit. Just make yourself a great gift and purchase that bit kit from iFixit. It's not the cheapest, but they have everything in there. Everything that you can need or imagine is in there. All right. We're gonna open that interface up. A few screws, 2 screws here on the side, 2 more screws here on the side. Hey Dan, how you doing, man? Good to have you back on the channel. Let's fix that thing up. The problem with this interface is output 4, 1/4 inch out 4, is giving me trouble. It's cutting in and out. Can I open this thing up here? No, we're gonna have to do all the screws in the back. I hope I don't have to disassemble 45 screw to get to this. But if we have to, we have to. Having a lot of fun with your wing rack, Dan? Nice. I hope your cable is doing fine. Cable is great, great news. I love when people have great news. Okay, we got 2 more screws here on top. They're all the same, so this is why I'm not keeping track of which one goes where. Actually, need more now. Okay, maybe I can purchase another roll and we can split it, because I might need a few more myself. There you go. That's the insert. That's the internal of that audio interface. I need to get here. Is it gonna be a tricky situation where I'm gonna need to do like 40 screws? I hope not. We're just gonna do this here. The thing that I like about the old stuff, can I do this? Can I do this? Come on, can I do this? Oh, it's all screwed in there. Okay, we're gonna need to unscrew all these. I hope there's no screw hidden anywhere under another PC board. Okay, the first thing that I like about this thing is it used just regular Phillips screws, so no fancy torque or anything required to fix this. But I don't think it's gonna be an easy job. I think, or maybe it is. It's just a lot of screw. Because sometimes it is just a lot of screw, but we'll see. If I can have access to the bottom of the PC board, I can just reflow all the solder here all the 1/4 inch connection, and I can call it a day. Can I do this? Is it just popping out? Yes, it does. And I can reflow everything, because this is exactly what we want to do. Okay, I love the attention here. There is a plastic shielding on the bottom of this thing to avoid shorting. So we're just gonna reflow that, and it will almost be mission accomplished for me with that audio interface, because I'm almost 100% sure that my problem is in this area here where we have a 1/4 inch jago. Actually, I think I can see it. We're just gonna reflow everything. Just give it a tiny bit of solder. Just make it melt again. It's gonna make sure that we are well connected and well seated in here. Sometimes you don't need much to fix, you know, broken solder on PC board, and adding just a little bit of solder will make it a little harder on the connection. This one I cannot add because it's way too close, but I can melt it. This one I can melt it too. Just remelting it sometimes can fix the problem, because the reason why you break 1/4 inch jack on PC board like this is when you plug in a jack and you have to wiggle it upside down, you're ripping off basically you're ripping out the pin from the PC board, and this is why it just stopped working. Or is it intermittent? Intermitting? It's broken. Maybe this one I can add just a tiny bit of solder. There we go. Just putting the gun to it, make sure it melts, make sure it cool down, make sure it doesn't spill on the other solder. So just eating it up is probably gonna fix my problem. All right. Almost done. Almost done here. While I'm at it, I'm just gonna reflow everything. Everything that has to do with the audio output. One more, or actually 6 more, and we're gonna call it a day. I'm gonna do a closer inspection, make sure that no solder is touching. That should not be touching, and that's gonna be it. If you're unlucky, it's not the solder but the contact inside the jack. On this one, I'm pretty sure it's the solder, because we were moving it around and it was going in and out. So I'm pretty sure it's just the solder, but maybe the answer is maybe you're right, because it can happen. I saw that before, and I don't think I have, or actually I'm pretty sure I don't have any of the replacement double jack like this. Don't think it's a Behringer only part, but could be harder to get. But they seem to be all in really good shape. All right. I'm just gonna make sure that everything is good here. Make sure that nothing that should not be touching is touching. And we should be good to go. Yep, we're good. All cleaned up. Reflow. If this is not working, well, I'll be honest with you guys and say I will tell my friend that if it's not working, we're gonna replace it, because these interfaces are not worth that much, and they don't worth tech time. Sorry, I promise you that this tree is gonna be sick. Or at least I'm gonna be sick. That's gonna be fun for the show later on today. Alright. Let's go. Let's finish this up. Let's finish that. Let me grab a better bit for this one, yeah. Almost there. So it's more screwing time than soldering time to fix stuff sometimes. And some of the tech know that, and some of them will refuse to work on your device, or will give you a better price to say, you know what, I'm gonna save your device, I'm gonna work at half my rate to try to save it, because if I charge my full rate to repair something, it's sometimes more than the device itself. And I think it's sad we live in a world where it's probably cheaper to throw something away than to fix it. Makes no sense to me, because it's already made, just, you know, fixing it up. Keep it open and test it before screwing everything back. No, because if it's not working, it's gonna go away. So it's either pass or die kind of test here. If it's not passing the test, it's gonna make its way to be recycled. I need a smaller screwdriver for the external ones. Because if what I did not fix it, I don't know what the problem is. It's not contact cleaner. It's not that kind of it was not doing that kind of problem where you know, something is scratchy and everything. Is just a matter of like it was cutting in and out. So it's usually a solder joint. When you pry on the board, when you pry on the board, you just make a contact or not. And you know, this thing, just the weight of the jack sometimes can be enough. Like if you have this if you have this on a table with the wire hanging out to the floor, it could be enough just to break those solder point. So I give it a go. If it's not working, that's gonna be something else. And that interface, at least output 3 and 4, or at least output 4 will be retired if the whole unit is not fully retired. But my friend, she's a drummer. doing tracks, because nowadays all the drummers are dealing with tracks. So because she do that for a living, if she cannot trust that interface, it's probably gonna go away or be replaced. And I strongly suggest everybody nowadays who's building a backtrack rig to use the Stage Connect stuff. I just did my first gig the other day with a DN 4816U and a DN 4888 for backing track. XLR straight into my DL32. Worked amazing, sounded good. To me, it's the best backtrack solution. And the good news is, because it's using Stage Connect in between both devices, you can put your DN 4888 in your rack, and all you have to bring to your laptop is an XLR, just a regular XLR. Rolf, different question. Do you know if there's an existing multi-channel 32x32 or better Dante device? Hold on. What do you want to do with that? You want what? Dante to analog 32x32. Is that your question, Rolf? All right. And we're gonna check our beautiful Rebecca's interface later because I don't want to do that on the stream. I'm gonna take some time and test it with a 1/4 inch later on, so we can talk. Wrong click. We here. No, we here. Hey, how's it going, guys? So, Rolf, you want USB to Dante. USB to Dante. Well, just use a dongle with Ethernet. Well, use USB to Ethernet and use basically virtual sound card. I believe it's the way to go. That will give you 64 channel. I don't know why, or I don't understand why you would need USB to Dante conversion. You just go with a network adapter, right? Doesn't make any sense. We got some more time for your question, guys. You have the floor. Make sure to hit me on the chat. Otherwise, the stream today will be shorter. A dongle is usually 2x2. No, actually, any dongle, I mean USB to network adapter, is going to give you the full. It's going to give you the full 64x64 channel. It's just a network adapter. After that, with virtual sound card, you just do whatever you want. That's the beauty of Dante. When you just need a network connection, and after that, everything is happening software-wise. On the console side, of course, you need an interface, but on a laptop or on a computer, if you want to send backtrack, like I'm doing with some of my friends, they give me a Dante. I just give them a network connection to the switch. They have virtual sound card, and that's it. It just works. You just have a device. Oh, do you an RME interface? Dante virtual sound card is bound to one PC at a time. Yes. definitely right. And yes, you have to pay a license for every single device that you want to put on. Give me 1 second, guys. I think I can mute. Oh yeah, not the prettiest live ever. Sorry about that. That's streamer right there. That's pure streamer right there. I'm sick and just pushing through it. We're gonna make it happen. I should definitely get myself some Dayquil for the show tonight. And not cheap. Well, actually, there's two ways to see this. If you want to run a setup where you always have that on, you purchase a license. If you want to do a one-time experiment, the owner of the laptop, or if you want to do a band for one night that has never done Dante, you just send them on the Dante website. They have a 14-day trial. You just do the 14-day trial, and after that, if they want to keep pushing with that system, you pay the license. But I don't think any interface whatsoever would be cheaper. Like if you say, oh, I'm gonna get a DI box that is Dante on one side and USB on the other, kind of like the DN4816U, it's gonna be, because it's in the Dante world, it's gonna be at least $1,000, because it's opening up Dante for you. Same like, this Dante card that I actually need to sell. This is, I don't know, $700 to $900 or $1,000 Dante card because of the interface for the Yamaha and everything. So yeah, it's not gonna be affordable. It's gonna be way more affordable for anybody to just purchase virtual sound card and make your gig this way. By the way, how was your gig last weekend? Oh, it was amazing. Seriously, beautiful time at the Saint Sid Festival. Great PA, great crew. I'm not usually working in situations that are easy. I'm not usually working with PA tech, patch guys, local crew to help you unload. I'm usually the guy that go in with the band, we load our own stuff. There's maybe 1 or 2 person working at the venue. If you're lucky, you're gonna get a patch guy, and you trust that patch guy, and most of the time you have to go basically over his shoulder the whole gig because it's his first or second time doing this. Usually that's my kind of situation where I end up at the Saint Sid Festival and it was just perfect. I had local crew just for load in and load out. I had a monitor guy there, even though I didn't need any monitor. There was a monitor guy doing RF. There was a patch guy doing my patch. I had somebody at FOH with me the whole time to make sure that everything is good. The PA is so well tuned. Your EQ is really neat. Simple cut. It sounds good. Yes, simple cut out. Sounded amazing. The balance is, looking at the show, because sometimes, for those of you who don't know, I streamed the whole show, and what you guys hear on that stream is USB interface of the Wing Compact into my iPad, and that's what I was sending into the PA. The sub were a little loud because when I listen to the playback, I don't really hear much of the low end of the bass. Well, I don't really hear the bass that much, and I don't hear the low end of the kick drum that much. But at front of house, the bass was a rumble in the chest, and the kick was hitting you like real good. I was mixing peak 97, most of the show 94, 95. really like, and everything was compressed so I could get everything under control. But definitely when you look at the show, the EQ curve on the PA was really like sub heavy, really like this, and it was not so bright. The tops were really defined. The EQ choice that I did translate well with the stream when I'm listening to it on my phone or in my studio speaker, but the low end was cheated on the PA by about 6 to 9 dB. So top to sub ratio, what I was mixing into versus the stream, try to do a shelf at around 120 with a 9 dB boost, and that's gonna kind of give you the idea of how it sounded in that room. And after that, you know, mixing in a PA that is 100 feet apart from each other from the stage, different vibe than listen to that on your phone. I'm not gonna say it sounds bad, but I definitely had more feeling of reverb. Like the acoustic of the area was throwing back at me a little bit, so I had a little bit of a slap back of the stuff behind me. I was in the tent where I felt a little bit of slap back. So when I listened to the stream back, it's, you know, a little drier than it was in the room, or in the field, I should say, because this is the field stage. But yeah, things went really well on that gig. It's funny. I didn't take a picture, but it would have been funny to for me to do so, because I had my Wing Compact. Next to that was a Digico Quantum, the 228, and next to that was the big one, was the 338 that one of the headliner was using, and I sounded really, really good. Like, no offense to anybody, I'm not gonna give any name, but the other band that went on after us sounded good, but not 10 times better, definitely. So, yeah, I had a really good time with my Wing, and even the engineer of the band that was after me, that was mixing on the 228, said it sounded really good. And I joked at him, I said, I wish I had your console to do it. And he went like, no, you don't need my console, it just sounds really, really good the way it is. So for those of you who wants to know, yeah, my Compact was sounding as good with a DL32. I did not even bring the 251. If I knew, I would have bring the 251. But I thought I was going in a tent. Actually, I didn't know the setup that I was mixing into that day. I thought I was going in those beautiful white bright tent that have way too much of 2K, 4K, 6K, 8K, and everything above, with crazy internal reverb. But no, it was like going. It was a huge stage, a huge PA, huge crew. Everybody was nice. Everybody was, you know, welcoming, ahead of their game on everything. My patch guy, the first thing he did is took out my DL32, labeled everything on it for the whole band, because, you know, that DL32 is doing many, many bands, but he was like, okay, today we're going to do this, and he just labeled everything. Amazing crew, amazing staff. Yeah, often they had more sub for big show when there are 1K people, aka walking water bag in front of in front of you. You can sound unbalanced when there's not a lot of people. Yes, it's the max people that they could have on that site was 6,000. I cannot speak anymore. 6,000. So they had the PA for that. We were a few hundred for my show, and the reason why it looks empty, and I cannot understand why they did that, in front of the console and like at FOH, what you saw was the VIP zone. People were behind me on that show. A few hundred people were behind me, and it really sucks for opening act, because you're doing a show and you know that the VIP, they cut the line and they just go straight to the front. You know that they're not gonna show up before the headliner. And after when I was done, I went out of the front of the house, go like, okay, I mixed the show for 20 people, but I don't care. I did it for the stream and for our fun. And after that, I went out, okay, and I was like, okay, as soon as you leave the tent, you go, there's a few hundred people here, but for the band performing, imagine performing for a crowd that is about 100 feet, 30 meter in front of you. There's 8 people at the front, and after that, everybody else is a few hundred meters away, or a few hundred feet away. It's destabilizing. It's not give you any vibe, or not much of a vibe. So, yeah, but things went great, and I had a big return to reality the day after. I was mixing in a shed with 2 Yamaha MSR, or no, the XD or DX, basically the 15-inch. 2 Yamaha 15-inch with mismatch QSC subs, and I did a great show there too. But damn, the DXR 15 from Yamaha, not a fan of. they sound bright but undefined. As soon as you like EQ the horn out of that thing, it sounds like you put a towel in front of it. That's how I described it. But yeah, this is reality. But we had a great time that day too, with my Wing Compact again, doing my friend Simon's. It's been again for another. Actually, funny enough, we celebrated our 15th anniversary of working together. Not full time, but since we know each other, we've been knowing each other for more than 15 years now, and we've been working together. I basically went full-time, doing all these shows since 2012. So it's not 15 year, but in 2 years it's gonna be 15 year. But yeah, we had a great time with these guys. We had a great time with these guys. All right, guys, anything else that you wanna talk about in the chat? Make sure to leave that. Oh, sorry. Make sure to leave a comment now, because otherwise I'm gonna close the stream. I'll give you guys a few seconds to type something, but otherwise I'm just gonna go on and go fix some other stuff. I need to check out a PA for some of my friend, so I'm gonna check that out. But if I can get some times and do a shorter stream today. Not a lot of people show up because I started the stream late, but yeah, have a great day. See you. Have a great day. See you. We're gonna close it out this way. Okay, let's close it out this way. It's gonna be entertaining for you guys. Thank you very much for showing up. I love every single one of you. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, supporting the live stream. We keep going. We're gonna make that happen. At least my goal now is to go to stream 250. After stream 250, we'll see what's going on. I may cut back on stream and maybe invest more time in the videos. If you guys are interested in video, I know you guys love rack building video. I'm gonna have one. It's been filmed. I need to edit that, but I'm gonna try something out. I'm just gonna try rack building, no talking, no nothing, background music, beauty shot, and call it a day. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and you have the bell notification on. Make sure that you subscribe and you have all the bell on all notifications so you don't miss any of my random live stream that I'm doing from time to time. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the video. Also, make sure to like this video. Guys, it was a pleasure, and I see you all maybe in a random video or at least next week. See you.